Hey guys, welcome back to my live review of Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. Um, in the Multiverse of Madness, ever how you want to fucking say it. I don't know. I got back from watching it with my daughter not too long ago. Man, walked out pretty alright, I guess. Um, so what I'll do is I'll start this video off with basically me just talking about. It'll be spoiler free here at the very beginning. Just before go over my thoughts of the movie before doing any spoilers or anything, and then I will let you guys know when I will be talking about spoilers in this movie because of course there's going to be a lot of those and everything. But as far so if you and of course guys send in chats, let me know what you guys think of the movie, what your thoughts are on it. Super chats are always welcome. Anything you guys want to send in. All right. So the movie itself, of course, directed by Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell, Grudge, all that. He's mostly a horror director, and you can definitely feel that in this movie. Um, a lot of horror takes in this movie, but it also had a lot of the campiness of the Spider-Man movies as well in this movie too, as I was watching it. Where you had certain parts that it was just like, okay, that one needed or anything like that. But I'm a horror fan to begin with, so therefore to have those horror, you know, pieces in the movie, it was actually really good. I like that part of it. Um, I did watch Doctor Strange 1 yesterday before going to, because I knew I was coming to see this because I'd only seen Doctor Strange 1 one time, and that was right after it came out on Blu-ray. So I wanted to kind of get a refresh, which it did help because of the fact of like who Mordo is and Rachel McAdams, what happened with that character, her character is Christine and stuff like that. Um, so that helped going into it, but I did feel that this movie was better than that movie. That movie was good as on its own, as definitely a stepping stone for the Doctor Strange, getting him going in the universe and everything. And the visuals were great. Was like Inception for the original, where he didn't have as much of that. I feel um, in this movie, it had some parts of it that was like it, but it really wasn't. And the thing is, back when the first Doctor Strange came out and you know that was a good that was cool to see and everything, especially in a Marvel movie and stuff like that. Now after Endgame, after Infinity War and all that, we basically are wanting the same, we see the same things now, um, or we've already seen it before at this point, so it's like when you see it now on the screen, it's like it doesn't matter. I don't know. But Benedict Cumberbatch, I think that's how you say his name. He did a great job. Liked it. Did a fantastic job, of course, with Doctor Strange. I got to where I liked the character a lot more as the movies have progressed with him. Because, like I said, I didn't really care for the first Doctor Strange at first. When I first watched it, I thought it was a good movie, but it was one I wanted to always go back and watch. I liked his character more in Infinity War, Endgame, even when it didn't get that much. And then I liked him in Spider-Man No Way Home. So liked it. I'm getting where I like his character definitely a lot more. But I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna definitely say my favorite part of this movie was Elizabeth Olsen. It was Elizabeth Olsen. I enjoyed all the parts with her when she was on screen, especially when she first came on screen, um, and her first action in the movie. I loved it. We finally get the Scarlet Witch in this movie. This is something that we've been, they've been luring to, especially with WandaVision and everything, and we finally get that in this movie. They finally, I felt, did her right in this movie. So I enjoyed that part of it. Um, a lot of people are talking about the LBGT thing that was happening in this movie, how they forced it in. It I didn't even fucking notice because one, I didn't even notice that with the girl herself, America Chavez. I don't even know the fucking characters. Um, in the books. I don't know who she is or whatever. You know, I'm just going by what the movie is. But America Chavez, that character, I didn't notice it. I mean, I seen the one scene where, you know, it was the LBGT. So what? There's a lot of people out there with fucking two mothers. You know, they have two mothers because that's what they have. It wasn't like they fucking sitting there kissing and shit in this movie or having sex. I mean, it doesn't fucking bother me. I don't give a fuck. I know people who are, you know, they have kids and have two mothers. Why is that such a fucking big deal to people? I don't understand why even countries are, you know, basically denying putting film out just because of one fucking little scene, you know, of it. Because otherwise, I didn't pick that up when I was watching that character. And a lot of people said it was forced and all that kind of stuff. It was not. Fucking, you just want to fucking bitch about shit, in my opinion, on that part of it. But, you know, if you guys are watching, let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. I kind of want to, you know, if you send in a super chat, if you feel like sending a super chat. And then I want to know what you guys also think of the movie. Overall, I thought the movie, like I said, the movie was actually very entertaining, very good. I enjoyed it. It was definitely a lot better than a lot of the other movies that we've gotten in Phase 4 so far. Because I will go back and watch this one over Black Widow, over Shang-Chi, over Eternals. The only one I'll watch more is No Way Home right now. And that's because I'm a Spider-Man fan. But the thing is, I thought it was a good movie. A lot of people are saying that the script was bad. It has some camping moments in it and everything. To be honest with you, there was some pieces of the script where they were trying to make a bad joke or something like that. They were saying the jokes weren't landing and stuff like that. And to some people it might be great. There was the scene with Bruce Campbell when, you know, that scene and everything. That should have been, you know, that was supposed to be a funny scene, and it was all right. The guy next to me, man, no, that was like 2 seats over. He just fucking kept laughing so fucking loud. And I'm like, it wasn't even that funny, but, you know, I don't know. It's just, we are so now deep into MCU. We've gotten so many comic book movies now that it don't have the surprise factor. It doesn't have the oh damn moments, I think, is what I'm thinking of. It doesn't like, oh my god, it blow my mind moments. It doesn't really have that no more. And the thing was, I went into this movie very much trying to avoid everything on the movie. Trailers, things. Anytime it came up on Facebook, I kept scrolling straight up. I was like, I didn't want to have nothing to do with any of this. I was like, I wanted to kind of see what the movie looked like on its own. You know, take it for what it is. I didn't want any spoilers or anything like that. And I'll get into a lot more of that here shortly. I'm going to say at the 10 minute mark, 10 to 15 minute mark, somewhere around there is when I'll hit the spoilers. Okay. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was really, really enjoyable. I knew Elizabeth Olsen was going to play the villain in the movie, but I also didn't know she was going to be the main villain in the movie. That isn't really much spoiler, so, but it was interesting. Damn, what else can I say without spoiling shit? You know, they did announce in the trailers and stuff like that about the Illuminati. They're in it and everything. It was kind of, to me, it was lackluster. It really was. There was a part where people, you know, got up and cheered. Well, not stand up and cheer, but cheered. And I'm like, just shaking my head at it. I was like, I just shook my head at it. I didn't fucking cheer. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm just emotionally shut off of it. Gus says it was good, but not great. That's kind of way I am. That's kind of way I feel about it too. I was like, it was good, and I will rewatch it again, but it wasn't great. And another thing, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, the horror aspects of the movie definitely pushed. It has it at PG-13, but there was some shit that fucking happened that you think about it. You take a young kid to a superhero movie like this, and they see some of the shit that happens in this fucking movie, it might give them fucking nightmares. I mean, that's what I like that part of it because like I said, a horror guy. I like the horror aspect that I seen in the movie. But for a little kid, it could. Now, yeah, then again, it just depends on you and your kids, what they can handle and stuff like that. I mean, come on. My parents took me to go fucking see Pet Sematary, RoboCop, and all that when I was 6. So, I grew up fine. I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street. So, and I've let my kids do the same thing. As long as they don't, they understand that where reality and fiction is. As long as they kind of understand that, then you're usually good. So yeah, in about 3 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get into spoilers. Gus says second end credit wasn't worth waiting. I still didn't understand the first post credit scene. I didn't understand the first post credit scene much either. There was also a part there at the end of the movie I didn't understand too much. I'll get that here in just shortly. But the second post credit scene, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, do not fucking stay for that. That is worthless to stay for. Don't stay for that second post credit scene. I ran into my sister-in-law and brother-in-law when I was leaving, and I told them straight out, I was like, don't stay for the second one. Stay for the first one, that's fine, but don't stay for the second one. That was the most pointless fucking end credit scene I have ever seen. You're wanting a gag, but come on. That was fucking worthless. That was bad. So, and I can't believe I stayed for that. I didn't even, bad as Morbius was, I didn't even stay for its extra credit scene. That's probably the reason why I didn't stay for the second one for it. But I wish I would have, because that scene was fucking better. That scene was better than this fucking end credit scene. Gus says I hate Marvel for that. Yeah, that was not a good decision. I understand what they were doing and why they did it and everything, but it was pointless. I did not enjoy I didn't enjoy either one of the end credit scenes. They could have done so much better with this. They could have done so much better with that, and they could have done actually so much better with the movie in general. But then again, like I said, parts of the movie were actually really, most of the movie was really good, and it was enjoyable. Gus says Marvel needs to stop having people wait if their end credits isn't worth it. And that was the thing. Because I was thinking, because I had to go to the bathroom, of course, after a long drink and everything. You got to go to the bathroom. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? They'll post it on YouTube. Will have it. That's how I watched the Morbius one and everything. And I've watched most of the second end credit scenes is because of YouTube. Because I don't ever usually stay to the very, very end. And I was like, no, I heard there was 2. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to stay. And to get that was that was bullshit to me. All right, so 15-minute mark, I am going to hit the spoilers. So in the non-spoiler review, it is basically, it was a good movie. It was a good, nice horror type movie for the MCU as far as the version, how far they could probably really go into the MCU. It was enjoyable. It is definitely not the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Definitely worth a watch. I liked it better than the first one. I will watch this one more probably than the first one of the Doctor Strange movies. But it's not without its problems, I think. There's things in the movie that I did not care for. But I would probably give it maybe a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 sounds pretty all right for me. So, all right, guys. So I am going to hit the spoilers now, and I'm just going to talk about them. And if you got spoilers you want to post it now. We're at the 15-minute mark, so that way we can talk about the real shit in this movie. The real shit. So here we go. Here's the spoilers now. So last time. One of the things I did not like was at the beginning of this movie, and that was when I didn't mind how the movie started. with him, the other Doctor Strange and everything, and then him dying and, going to that universe, to this universe and everything. What I did not like was the invisible monster, but turned out to be a big fucking eye. It reminded me so much of fucking Suicide Squad with the big fucking starfish and shit. I did not like that. I thought that was the fucking corniest fucking shit I've ever seen. I don't like that kind of fucking shit. I felt that they could have done something better with something better chasing America in this movie. Could have could with Multiverse of Madness. You are diving into the multiverse. You could have gotten a better villain to chase. As far as those type villains, just do one-offs of them. Just one-off little villain or whatever. So I didn't like how the beginning, and then of course you can see Sam Raimi's campiness of how he even did with the fucking Spider-Man movies, where Doctor Strange is like this and stuff like that, and just all superhero-y and all that kind of shit, and it's just like how he just put on the cape and flew off the fucking building and shit. And I was like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this. That's not how I'm seeing Doctor Strange and everything. So, but the chemistry between him and her, I liked. I liked that. And then when it came to, I'm trying to go as the movie progressed. So he goes to Wanda at that point, and I love the fact because they made it like, okay, even in the trailer, like, okay, she's going to help him, and then maybe she turns later. When it was actually her to begin with that was sending these monsters, and she wanted it. She wanted that girl's power, all because of what happened from the end of WandaVision, where WandaVision plays a fucking huge role in this movie. Now, my daughter never watched this. My sister-in-law had never watched this, watched WandaVision and everything. I feel my daughter's already done said she's going to go back and watch it now because she wants to get that deeper knowing of what was going on and everything when it comes to the Wanda part. Because if you never watch WandaVision, you're like, okay, who are these fucking boys and these are her kids? From what? So if you never watched WandaVision, you wouldn't know what the fuck that was. Where she get the book? Why is she the way she is? And what happened in Westview and all that kind of stuff. So, but you had to watch that. But the thing is, like I said, I loved Elizabeth Olsen's portrayal of Scarlet Witch. So we finally get the version of Scarlet Witch I felt we needed. That we should have had. She was fucking evil and shit. And I mean, she started just fucking killing people. And then I guess says, the death scenes were intense. And now we'll get to that here just shortly about those. I know which death scenes you're talking about. I guess says, how did Doctor Strange remember Spider-Man if he wasn't supposed to, if his mind was wiped? I think that has to do with the fact that he did the spell. He still did the spell of it. So he has some knowledge of it, I guess. I think he has knowledge of the Spider-Man, but he doesn't, of doing the spell for Spider-Man, but he doesn't remember who Spider-Man is. I think that's where that plays. So, Wanda comes to the place where they train, for all the people like Doctor Strange train and everything, and just wipes them the fuck out. And then they get, of course, sent to this other universe, this other multiverse piece, which was very interesting, to say the least, that they went there, and to come find out Doctor Strange is dead there. And that's where you see the Illuminati, which is where we get all of our fucking cameos in one shot. And it was, Peggy Carter. It was the guy, I can't remember his name, with the bolt. I like how I said with the fork on his fucking head. Professor Xavier in the yellow chair, which was great to see. That was very accurate. Love to see Patrick Stewart in that. That was awesome. And then, of course, the Rambo lady is Captain Marvel in this universe. And then, of course, everybody fucking screaming out when, or at least a few people in my theater screamed out when the guy that they've been begging and wanting to play Mr. Fantastic was in that role. and people fucking were going crazy. I'm like, really? I was like, why? I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad we got Mr. Fantastic finally. But the guy who's playing him, I don't think he's going to eventually keep playing him. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it'd be kind of interesting. Thank you, Black Bolt. Thank you. I don't know all these characters, so I don't even know who the fucking Illuminati are. I'd never read those part. I never read that in the comic books or anything like that. I know it's part of the books, and people are losing their fucking mind over it. But to me, it wasn't. It was meh. And then Mordo is part of the Illuminati as well. I like the fact that you have Ultron bots and everything. But what gets me the most, and I was actually very thankful for, I know a lot of people are going to get mad about this. I'm glad that was all the cameos that we got in this movie. I mean, I had seen fucking people going fucking crazy. Oh, Tom Cruise he's only in it for like 5 minutes as Iron Man. Where? Motherfuckers, where was he then? Because I sure fuck didn't see no Tom Cruise. Get out of that. Get. So, hold on a second. Here, go. Can't stand when they don't listen. Anyway, so yeah, you know Wolverine, no Ghost Rider, no Hulks, no Daredevil, no nothing. Not even Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You know, I love the fact that we did not get it because the thing is, it takes away from the movie, in my opinion. All these cameos that you're wanting. People build shit up so much in their fucking mind that they think it's. They get pissed when it ain't on the fucking screen, and I think that's what most people who do not like this movie, because I've seen a few people not like it. Most of them is because of the fact that they did not put the cameos that they wanted in this movie. That was the biggest bitch that I've seen mostly of this movie. And then another one is like they focus too much on Wanda. I've seen where someone said that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what I fucking wanted in this movie. Was Wanda was a great villain. You had this build up from Age of Ultron, and you watched the tragedy of this character from that point to this point where it has taken her. You know, from this to WandaVision to this, everything. And I hated the fact that it looked like it killed her at the end, but it didn't. At the end of the day, we got the multiverse. She can always come back. So, but I loved it. I loved her as the main villain. I really did. Hey, David, how's it going? Gus says, I was thinking when Mr. Fantastic was talking about his son, I thought Kang the Conqueror was going to be mentioned. I thought Kang was not Reed Richards' son. I thought he was a descendant of Reed Richards, like from centuries. But that's actually interesting. That could play a role because we're actually getting Ant-Man now quicker. I think it comes out next summer now. So I'm interested in that one only because of Kang. I can't wait to see Kang. But yes. Yeah. And then the death scenes of those fucking characters. The fact that they killed the entire Illuminati. Let's introduce the Illuminati and kill them all. And the fact that they did that and actually showed some blood and stuff like that, I thought that was very interesting and very neat to do because, I mean, how often do we kill Marvel, heroes especially? But that was also the scenes where I'm like, you gotta think about that when you take your kids. David says, if something isn't in it, I'll be disappointed, but I'll get over it. And I'm like you, David. I don't care. It doesn't bother me if it's something ain't in it that I was maybe looking forward to. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people talking about certain things. Like I was expecting Mr. Fantastic. I was expecting that, and then I had read so much about the Tom Cruise being his superior Iron Man or Ultimate Iron Man. I don't fucking Iron Man. That I thought I was going to see the 5 minutes of that. Like I said, I was trying to avoid so much, but certain things leaked through where I've seen them, or seen where people are talking about it. So therefore, I was expecting. So when I didn't see it, it didn't bother me none. In fact, I was actually thankful, like I said, that was not in it. They did enough with what they had. But also, at the end of the day, people are bitching because, oh, you did the multiverse, but you didn't take full advantage of it. If you put all those cameos and all those heroes, you take away from your story and you take away from what you got going on in the movie and everything, where you've got all these people praising and happy and everything. Spider-Man No Way Home, it was a little different because they all came in, they helped, and they ended up being a very big part of the movie there at the end, where, you know, especially with the way the story was, it fit better. You don't need to go from universe to universe to universe to universe to universe. You know how many that was? Jesus Christ, you'd have so many. I like the fact that they threw like a little cartoon Doctor Strange in there and everything. David says Franklin is mentioned in it. Franklin. Remind me what that is. I guess as I'm trying to figure out who started the multiverse. Was it Spider-Man or female Loki? To be honest with you, after watching Doctor Strange 1 yesterday, that is the first time the multiverse is actually mentioned. They mention it a lot in detail and how many multiverse and so much multiverse there is. So technically, Doctor Strange is the first movie that mentions it. It really is. So Doctor Strange was the first. Actually, that was the first movie. Um, but the whole, you know, breaking the multiverse and all that, that ain't even in this fucking movie. That isn't even nowhere in this movie. Basically, they were just talking about there is a there's a multiverse and everything. So, uh, so to be honest, even with you with what happened in Loki, I wish they would mention that. That was another thing I had heard right after Loki that he was in this movie. Nowhere. That ain't happening. We'll see in Loki 2 what happens. And that probably was. He might have been. He might have had a role, but when they announced that I think maybe when they said that they were going to do a second season, maybe they decided not to. So that way it kind of went together. Gus says, at least we will know who's going to be in Ms. Marvel 2. You mean the Marvels? Actually, that's going to have the Photon, that's going to have Ms. Marvel, and that's going to have Captain Marvel. And then you're going to have the Rambo lady. She's going to be in it, but I don't think she's, of course, not Captain Marvel. So yeah. David says sometimes less is more, and that is correct. I feel that is what this movie is. Less is more for this movie for sure. We didn't need all those cameos. Franklin Richards. Okay, I don't know who that is. I don't know any Fantastic Four. I don't know their kids past that, anything like that. I just know the main Fantastic Four. So apologies on that. And he's Reed Richards' son. I figured that. So yeah. Like I said, King would be. He's a descendant of Reed Richards, but he's not the son of Reed Richards. That's what I was thinking. He also has a daughter, Valeria. I don't know that. So, was America Chavez thing that big of a deal? No, David. No, I did not think of it like that. To be honest, when you watch her character, I see nowhere in there with that character where she's like looking at another woman or looking at kissing or anything like that. I couldn't even fucking tell that girl would be lesbian. I couldn't tell, or gay. I couldn't tell. The only scene where that plays is that she has two mothers. That's the only scene. And to be honest with you, it didn't fucking bother me because I know people who have two fucking mothers. It does not bother me. Why does that bother people? Okay, you have two mothers, and it wasn't forced. It wasn't like they were fucking kissing and shit on the screen. Because I know, people had issues with the one in fucking Eternals where he kissed, to kiss the guy. They didn't force this shit in here to me. They just had it where she has two moms. There's people out there that have that, because maybe they can't have kids. So, who knows? But it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Yeah, I guess it was her parents. Yeah, that was the parents that was the LBGT thing. So, but yeah, the kills when they killed off the Illuminati, that was really interesting. I like how they the shield through Peggy Carter, Black Bolt. That was the funniest. That was neat. I like that where he bounced it back and blew his own brain out. I was like, I was like floored when that happened. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, killed them all. Professor X too, man. Snapped that motherfucker's neck. He gone. And it just basically showed Wanda. Wanda was just took them all out. Just took them all out of Scarlet Witch, and it shows why she's one of the most powerful ones, and that she could defeat Thanos on her own and everything. And that was the whole thing what they were trying to do, and they were trying to show in the Avengers movies. Ooh, excuse me. Gus says she couldn't fly in the comics. America has super strength and could fly. Yeah, she didn't fly. Again, I don't know the character, so I don't know how much they changed her or anything like that. I just know I liked her character. I thought the character was fine. I didn't coming from a guy who doesn't know the character. Yeah, I was fine, and I liked her chemistry that she had with Doctor Strange. But another biggest thing that I thought was a big slap in the face to the fans who were basically trying to predict this thing and also trying to, oh my god, this is what this is. This is what that is. Because I can't fucking stand that. I really can't fucking stand that from the big fanboys that just go crazy over this shit. When the trailer came out and you seen the one Doctor Strange that was evil, and you get and one that says, what was the line? Things just got out of hand. I like the fact that one everybody thought that was the what if Doctor Strange. That was the what if Doctor Strange. That's him. That's him. That's the one. The Dark Sorcerer one. It wasn't the one from What If. It was just another evil Doctor Strange that embraced the Black Book. I'm gonna call it the Black Book because I don't know what the fucking name of it was. So yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't understand is it in the book, guys? Please let me know. I don't understand the third eye. I don't know what the fucking third eye is. The one right here that pops up on him, and then what happened to him at the end, and then the end credit scene where he has it still. Explain that to me, guys. Please leave that in the comment box. I really want to know on that. But that one, and then the zombie one. Everybody say, "Oh my god, they're going to introduce the Marvel zombies. They're going to, they're going to the zombie world and everything." No, they just brought back the Doctor Strange from the fucking beginning of the movie, which I thought was interesting and brilliant. I thought that was really cool. And then the fact that there's a law, where you have these dark spirits that come after you, that you can't reanimate a body. You can't go into a dead body. So I thought that was actually interesting. Guess as when Black Bolt killed Doctor Strange was epic. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Just blows him away. And I enjoyed how Black Bolt died better. But there was a lot of people who were like, I want to see how they killed Thanos. I like that the fact that they mentioned that the one that we were watching is the 616 universe. So that's actually interesting in itself, and then I liked how he made fun of that too. He's like, well, this is the 8. She's like, this is the 8 something universe, and you're from the 616 universe, and he's like, you really got someone going around naming these universes, and she was like, I guess she said it was her. I thought that was interesting, but I like the fact that he was like, yes, someone going around numbering these. Gus says it's called the Eye of Okamoto. You should watch Doctor Strange, the cartoon animation. Man, dude, I can't watch animated movies. I can't watch them. Can't watch animated movies. I have a hard time. I love He-Man, and I'm still yet to watch Revelations Part 2 and the new season of the other thing. It's just because I just can't get into animations. And I don't know much about Doctor Strange. That's the reason why I was asking. So thank you, Gus. I appreciate that. I still don't know what the fuck it is. the Eye of Akamata. What does it do? Explain to me, what does it do, and what can we look forward to with that? Because apparently he has it now. So what does it do is what I want to know. Because I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the fucking chick that came in the end credit scene, who she was, and saying that, he created something. I don't know what the fuck he created because he stopped her. So, David watching it tomorrow, hopefully. David, I hope I am spoiled from you. I was only doing 15 minutes of non-spoilers. Now I'm fully into it. But it really, I'm even though I'm saying some spoilers, there are a lot of the spoilers that we've already some people have already released. Um, and I'm not giving away the whole fucking movie. So, but the thing is, a lot of people are bitching about. I think that's probably what I'm mostly talking about in this video is what people are bitching about. The fact that things that they were wanting did not come through, so now they're bitching about it. That says it can stop and freeze time. Oh, so basically, it'll almost be like he has the time stone back. So that's okay. All right, I appreciate that, David. Everybody else who's watching, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of it. If dropping some super chats are always welcome. I really want to know what you guys think. I'll go on till I hit 45 minutes, and then I'll call it. So it'll probably 9 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and call it for tonight in this review. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. Andrew says, since I'm a Sam Raimi fan because of Spider-Man, I enjoyed the film. Oh, man. You can see it, though. You can see parts of, like, his Spider-Man in there. And like I said, when Doctor Strange is, like, doing his superhero poses, when he jumps off the building and he's going to fight the monster, which I thought was the stupidest fucking thing. I was like, this is stupid. I can't fucking stand it. What the fuck is this? But once it got past that and everything, then I liked them. I really liked the movie. I really liked the movie once it got past that beginning. That beginning was just, to me, it was very campy, very corny. I didn't like it. Once it hit Wanda is when I was like focused, laser focused on the movie and just into it because I liked her deception and the fact that, and you feel so much for her because of the tragic past of this character and everything. A good build up for her. I liked it. Let's see what we got here. What grade did you give it? I'd said 7 out of 10 is what I gave it, David. Because I liked the film. I liked it better than the first one. And it's out of all the movies out of Phase 4 that came out, besides No Way Home, it will be the one I will go back and watch more than the other 3. Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and Eternals. Betty, the lady was the Mormons' niece and future Dr. White. The lady was the Dormammus' niece and future Dr. White. Explain, Betty, please. Can you tell me who was that woman in the first post credit? Okay, was that? Oh, okay. So that's who. Okay, so that's who the lady was. Okay. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Gus. I very much appreciate that. I don't know Doctor Strange lore. I don't know. I know what I see on screen. The most I've ever seen of Doctor Strange was from the Spider-Man '90s cartoon. That was the only thing where I know who Mordo and Dormammu is and all that, but I don't know anything else. So okay, that's cool. So future there, future wife. I'm pretty sure they'll play that into the third one. I got a feeling Rachel McAdams will not be back for a third one. I think that was her last one because it was a good send off for her. Andrew says seeing Patrick Stewart back as Professor X in the yellow chair from the '90s cartoon was sweet and John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic was awesome. Dude, I liked the Patrick Stewart in the yellow chair. That was very comic accurate. I liked that. He showed him as Charles Xavier of that universe. That was very cool. And then I didn't lose my shit over John Krasinski as fucking Mr. Fantastic like some people did in the theater. It didn't. I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I still feel they're going to recast. That was just a nod to get the people who have been wanting that and screaming for that for so long. I think that's what that was. I really do. I think that's what that was. So, oh, excuse me. I need water here soon. That's why it's going to be wrapping up soon. But yeah, I didn't lose my shit over that or anything like that. I thought it was a great movie, and then the fact that you had Scarlet Witch going through here and just fucking annihilating everybody. And there was a lot of parts when she's just sitting there, she got all that fucking blood on her and everything, and she's in the red eyes. She looked like a fuck. She reminded me of the fucking witch from Left 4 Dead. That's what she fucking reminded me of. And like I said, you just see the fucking horror aspect in this, and it was just, I loved it. I loved it as far as that movie, as far as those parts go. So to everybody who's in the chat right now, if you would, guys, I would like to see, give me a rating out of 10. 1 through 10, what do you think of the movie? Kind of want to see where you guys are landing on this. I said 7 out of 10 because, like I said, it's definitely one I'll go back and watch. I just don't know how much of it I'm going to go back and how many times I'm going to go back and watch it. Time will tell. I mean, I've sat there and said I go back and watch a lot of movies much more times than I don't, and then I watch crappier movies, you know. So, but it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Trying to think of anything else. So Andrew says 7 out of 10, which is probably where it's going to end up lying by the weekend. A lot of people's reviews are going to be about 7 out of 10. I haven't really seen a lot of people go like 10 out of 10 or anything like that. So Gus says 7.2. So yeah, it's going to, I think, teeter between 7 and 8. People who just go into it thinking it's going to be this whole multiverse big thing. It's not. It's not. Sorry, guys. Hate to break it to you. Not going to get that. You're going to get your little cameos, which is all you needed. So, and I like the fact that it was, to do the Peggy Carter one was really good. Oh, yeah. I've seen them where, this is Deadpool and this is Mephisto. That's basically where this movie was going with fans. They did the same thing with WandaVision. Did it here. This is that, and it was not even in the fucking movie. Gus says, I miss the good old days when end credits would go to the next Marvel movie coming out. Well, the second end credit scene don't mean shit. But the first end credit scene sets up probably for the third film. I don't see where this one sets up for another Marvel, the next one. Because to be honest, I think the only one that we've gotten, the end credit scene of Black Widow led into Hawkeye, and then since then, no end credit scene has led into another movie. They mentioned the rings from Shang-Chi, so we'll see if they play a role soon or not. Oh, excuse me. I feel like Disney will make it an Erica Chavez movie. Wouldn't doubt it, because they like nerds into people. One last thing, the Bruce Campbell cameos were funny, maybe because I like Bruce. I like Bruce too. I thought the one in the movie was fine. The second end credit scene was worthless. That did not even need to be in it. First one was fine. All right, guys, it's been 45 minutes. I do appreciate all of you guys coming in and talking to me on this and leaving your comments. If you're catching this video after, because I do leave my live reviews up, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a rating. If you're not subscribed, by all means, subscribe to the channel, guys. And until next time, have a good day, guys. Good night.